What is up, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the weekend preview. Tonight is Sunday, May 7th, 2017. We've got a fun week ahead where we're going to be continuing on with ongoing game playthroughs. Some games that have kind of been in and on and off are going to be regularly returning to this schedule, which is great. The possibility of maybe some new stuff later this week, okay? And everything is back to normal this week. And what I mean by that is, if you didn't notice, this last week, a lot of things were kind of in flux. My YouTube channels didn't have ads on them for a couple days, and therefore I wasn't uploading. And the bottom line is that I have a massive backload of videos. Backlog, whatever you want to call it. Because of this, you know, and I need to get them uploaded. But I don't want to completely destroy and flood the YouTube channel with a million videos a day, and therefore that's why I have not uploaded all the videos as of yet. So this video is going to not only cover the new stuff that I'm streaming, but also going to cover how I'm going to be uploading those other videos during the course of the week, so that you know, okay? So, first of all, this last week, alright, what haven't I uploaded yet? Well, the good news is I'm current on certain playthroughs. I'm current on the Prey playthrough that started on Friday. I'm current on Danganronpa, which actually concluded last night, so that's good. And I'm actually current on Persona 5. So all those playthroughs are caught up and running and good to go. If you've watched what you've seen on YouTube, you've seen it all, and then if you want to attend the live stream coming up this week, you'll be all caught up for it. What haven't I uploaded? Well, I did not upload the Worst Games Ever Marathon yet. This was an event that I did 1 week ago on Sunday. I'm going to be honest with everyone, 2/3 of the marathon was god-awful. First, I played Revolution 60, and that game wasn't funny, wasn't fun. It certainly wasn't terrible. It was just boring. It was one of the most boring games I think I've ever played, and there's nothing even interesting to say about it. It's just not a good game and not a good game to watch me play. Therefore, I don't even think I'm going to upload it. What's the point? It sucks. If you want to see it, it's archived over on my Twitch channel, and you can check that out. It's there as a previous broadcast, okay? Scarface. Well, folks, I played another hour to hour and a half of Scarface, and it went just as I thought. I was not at the end of the game, which is what I was trying to tell everyone, because everyone who nominated and voted on the game insisted that I was at the very end of the game and I could beat it, to which I said, no, I'm not. I still have to grind endlessly for like $30 or more million to buy all the businesses in the game. I ended up trying to do it for about an hour and a half, got so frustrated, I said, I'm never playing this game again. And I stick to my guns. It's still behind the sofa on the floor here somewhere. After I finished, I threw it. And I'm never playing that game again. It sucks. I hate it. And I just think that it was a waste of time to even put it in that marathon, honestly. Then I played Ride to Hell Retribution. That was entertaining. That game is buggy, but it's fun, it's funny, it's interesting. The combat mechanics are so wonky and repetitive and silly, it's hilarious to watch. The driving mechanics are broken, but hilarious. Like, everything about the game is funny for the wrong reasons, but it's still entertaining to watch. Therefore, I'm definitely going to be uploading those videos at some point in the next few days. In addition, the Nioh DLC that came out this week, the Dragon of the North, I did 2 major sessions of it that lasted around 7.5 hours of gameplay. I didn't upload a single video of that yet, okay? So, that's what I'm planning to upload, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to upload it in just a moment as I get to the weekly schedule. So let's talk about the weekly schedule so you know what to expect. I'll talk a tiny bit about the rest of this month, and then I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with me and my YouTube channels to clear up any speculation and rumors and falsehoods that are being said, completely false stuff, no factual information it's based on at all. And I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with me in the future, okay? So, the schedule this week, which is what you're here for. Today, I played Prey for 4 hours. All those videos are already uploaded to the playlist on DSPGaming. By the way, I love Prey. A very fun combination of gameplay, such as the exploration gameplay and some of the powers of a game like Dishonored and Deus Ex franchises, plus a really gripping, kind of suspenseful mystery storyline with horror elements similar to, say, BioShock. I'm loving the game. I've played 13 hours of it, and I'm nowhere near the end. Don't listen to people who completely fabricated and said that the game was short. It's not. It's only short if you only play the story missions and ignore all the exploration and the side fun content in the game, which is the point of the game. Yeah, if I play a game wrong, that's like saying you bought a fighting game and you only played the fucking story mode, and you beat it in 2 hours. You said the game's 2 hours long. Get the fuck out of here. Alright. Prey is good. I'm liking it. I can't wait to play more of it. So that playthrough is now current. Check that out. Right now I'm doing the weekend preview. After I finish the weekend preview, I'm going to actually be messaging patrons on patreon.com. Those who pledge to my Patreon in the month of April. I want to get you your perks, but I need information from you. So please, if you pledge to my Patreon in April, keep your eyes and ears open. You're going to be getting PMs from me overnight tonight. I need you to respond. So by next weekend, I'll take together all your responses and I'll action them all next weekend. FYI, that's when I do it. I usually do it once a week, okay? In particular, this month is going to be the beginnings of the nominations and voting for the next Patron's Choice playthrough. Now, I just finished the last Patron's Choice playthrough, which was Danganronpa. I finished it last night, and that playthrough is now complete on DSPGaming. I know a lot of people didn't know that because I had stayed away from the game for a month in April. I came back and I beat it this week, 8 more hours of gameplay. Check that out if you haven't yet. That's good stuff. I actually, the ending was pretty damned gripping and interesting with a few cringe-worthy moments that jumped the shark, I think, but pretty good overall, and I really like that playthrough. So, pretty soon, within this week even, tonight I'm making the thread for it on the forums. Patrons will begin to nominate the next Patron's Choice playthrough. I've only got 2 rules for the next Patron's Choice playthrough. Number 1, it can't be Scarface, because I'm never playing that fucking game again. It sucks my ass. And number 2, please don't nominate an RPG, because right now I'm already playing Persona 5, and it wouldn't make sense for me to start another RPG when I'm already playing a new and current RPG, and it's already incredibly long. I wouldn't want to have 2 things in limbo, so please no RPG suggestions. Already, people are saying, we should nominate Danganronpa 2, because Phil has the collection. That's great. That could be a good one for the summer. The way it's going to work is the nominations will start tonight. They'll probably last for 2 to 3 weeks, and then by the end of the month, voting will open, and then probably by, say, mid-June, the voting will conclude, and then we'll decide what is the next Patron's Choice playthrough, which will probably start in late June, early July, and go throughout the summer. Fair enough? Okay, very good. So now let's talk about what you can expect in the coming week. Well, tomorrow, Monday, I am off from streaming. It's my day off. Therefore, tomorrow what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all of the Nioh DLC videos, all 7+ hours of footage, and upload them all to DSPGaming so that they'll be live, and therefore, if you want to get caught up before I resume that DLC later this week on stream, you'll have seen all the videos. Now, Rage, just to warn everyone, the DLC is very difficult. They purposely made it insanely difficult. In fact, they're expecting you to have gained like 20 to 30 levels since you beat the main campaign of the game. I guess they counted on you going and doing all those post-game missions and stuff, which I didn't do. Therefore, it's very difficult and challenging, but I did get through it. I'll be honest, the bosses are insanely difficult, although it's funny because there's one boss in particular, I took an hour, I couldn't beat him, I came back the next day, and when I was refreshed the next day, beat him on the first shot within a couple minutes. So it just happens to be, you know, with that game, you need to have quick reflexes. You need to be on the ball. And if you've been playing it for 2, 3, 4 hours and you're all drained, you're probably not going to be on the ball. And you're probably going to have problems with your reaction. So there you go. All those videos will be uploaded on Monday. Okay, no live streams on Monday. But I will be back on Tuesday where I'll be playing more Prey at 11 a.m. And Tuesday night will be Persona 5 returning Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time on stream for a couple hours. So it'll be a double stream day. Wednesday, more than likely, will be another double stream day. It'll probably be Prey and Persona again. But the thing is, I don't actually know how long Prey is. So the way I'm going to put it is this. This week will be Prey and Persona balanced out, 2 streams a day, until I finish Prey. At the time that I finish Prey, what's going to happen is Prey will be replaced by the Nioh DLC, and then one night, instead of playing Persona 5, I'm going to be making my review for Prey and releasing that over on KOgaming, alright? So, you're going to get gameplay of Prey and Persona 5, then you're going to get the Nioh DLC concluding at some point this week, plus the review for Prey. Now, let's say all the stars align, and by the end of this week, I finished up Prey, I finished up the Nioh DLC, I finished up everything besides Persona, then I may consider putting in a new game. And there's actually a couple more very smaller scale releases this week that are coming out. I think there was one game that's like a shooter from the makers of Lords of the Fallen. Who the fuck would want to play another game from the makers of Lords of the Fallen? I have no fucking clue because that game was a train wreck. But I'm just saying it's out there. It's available this week. I think there's another game called Strafe that's kind of like a hybrid first-person shooter that has unique elements to it, but it's made by like a smaller scale studio. So being that these aren't giant releases, I'm not going to drop the games I'm already playing in order to go play them. But if I do finish everything by the end of the week, there's a possibility I may put some of those in for the weekend, okay? And that's really it. That's kind of the schedule for this week. Those 3 games balanced, the review for Prey, and maybe something new by the end of the weekend. Next week is the big one. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, Injustice 2. I'm super pumped. Everyone knows NetherRealm fighting games. They put a ton of time and effort and a ton of content into them. There's going to be an epic story mode we're going to play through together. There's going to be other kinds of offline single-player modes that are going to be in there to check out. I'm going to be checking out all the characters in training mode to try to see all their different combos and abilities. I'm going to be taking them online. There's going to be a lot of content of Injustice 2, and we're going to get hype, right? Remember when I played Injustice 1, how hype it was? You had the Grundertaker, and you had YOLO Lantern, and you had all these memes that we were doing, the Spin Your Zod Rod and Martian Man Meat, and all kinds of stuff that we were saying together and joking around during streams because it was fun to do so. And now that I'm doing my new interactive kind of streams, it could be even better in my opinion. It's going to be really fun, okay? So hopefully you'll be here for Injustice 2 starting next week, and that should be great. NetherRealm usually does a great job with their games. And FYI, the rest of this month, there's going to be a lot going on. There's going to be a Patrons Marathon where it's going to be me and Patrons playing Jackbox Party Pack on a stream, but then we're going to invite other people in, so maybe like Patrons versus Haters or something like that in Jackbox. That could be pretty cool. There's 1 or 2 PSVR games I might actually be checking out this month. I don't know yet. Friday the 13th finally premieres this month, although it's really only the multiplayer half. It could be the best part of the game. So a lot of fun stuff coming out this month to check out in May, so I hope you'll come back regularly to either my Twitch channel or to DSPGaming and KOgaming for new stuff all the time, all right? Now, real quick, a quick update with my Teespring store. I actually have a new piece of merch on my Teespring store. It's the Master of Stealth design, made by the same person who actually made that very popular skull design. It's the skull with the crown. It says DSP Gaming. He also made this design, Master of Stealth, where it's basically me. I look like Snake from Metal Gear Solid, and the tagline is tactically getting caught always. So it's kind of an inside joke that I suck at stealth. It's not supposed to be meant that I'm great at stealth. It's an inside joke of how bad I am. Check it out. There's t-shirts, there's sweatshirts. I think they even made a mug. It's all up there live on my Teespring store. Give it a look. That store really helps me out, and it's great quality stuff too, so definitely give it a look. Really, the only final thing that I want to say to close this video, 2 quick things that kind of coincide with each other, all right? Number 1, I want to say, folks, please understand that I'm a very honest person. I've been one of the most honest people on YouTube. I tell you almost everything going on behind the scenes, business-wise, that I can. I tell you about when I'm doing good, when I'm doing bad. I tell you about everything, right? This past week, I was amidst getting released from my partnership with the Curse Network and trying to get my channels monetized for YouTube so that I could try something different out, okay? And I was also in the midst of some contract negotiations and talking with multiple MCM networks to see if anyone could give me something better than what I had already had in the past. Like, could I get back into a managed partnership? Or could I get into a partnership that would pay me more than what Curse was paying me? And I was working through all this week, and all during that time period, I was trying to get released from Curse, which I did, but then I got wrapped up in this whole rigmarole where I couldn't put ads on my videos because YouTube wanted me to get a personal AdSense before I could even consider having a partnership network partner me. So all that happened, and then midweek, I kind of just didn't really give you much more information because guess what? Behind the scenes, things weren't settled. I hadn't agreed on anything yet. I hadn't officially gone with anyone yet. I hadn't 100% decided on anything. And the bottom line is there was a couple networks that were promising me these things, but they wouldn't give me like a concrete answer. Like, we're going to give you a managed partnership. Okay, when? Oh, don't worry about that. Just go with us now and you'll eventually get it. I'm like, wait, but no, that's not right. You got to tell me by when. I'm 35 years old. I'm not some teenager who just sees a contract and says, wow, this is amazing. I'm going to sign my life away. I want to know definitively what's going on and promise me dates and promise me everything. And honestly, I couldn't find anyone who would do that. I had people promising me the world, but no one who would actually in writing commit to any of the things that they were saying, meaning it was probably bullshit. So, after a week of negotiating and going through all this crap with people, by the end of the week, I decided that's it. I'm just going to monetize on my own, and I have my own AdSense account linked to my YouTube channels, and that's where we are right now, and that's why there's ads on my videos again. And what I want to see, I want to play it by ear, and I want to see, gee, if I just have these channels monetized under myself, will I make as much money as, for example, when I was with Curse? Or could it be that maybe Curse, their network, is getting better ads than the common person who has AdSense? I don't know. Because I've never done that before. When I started on YouTube putting ads on my videos, you couldn't monetize gameplay videos in 2011. You couldn't. You would try it and YouTube would deny it. Right now, now everyone can monetize gameplay videos. For years now, it's been a thing where you can do it. So this is kind of a tentative time, and it's an experiment for me. I don't know how this is going to go. This could go well, where, wow, you know, any network that I had was taking a cut, but look, I'm making just as much, so what was the point, right? Or it could be, oh, wow, look at that. The ad revenue is actually much lower when you have your personal MCN. I should go sign with someone again. So that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of playing it by ear for the next couple of weeks, and I want to see how much I bring in. What I will say is this. Next couple of weeks are going to be very tight and very tentative for me because I don't know what's going to happen with this experiment I'm doing. Anything you do, you watch the videos on YouTube, great. Please turn off your ad blocker. I gotta ask you to do it, because at this point, it's the only way that I'm able to pay my bills at this point is with a combination of ad revenue from YouTube, what I'm making on Twitch, Patreon, everything combined, Teespring, everything. And if any one of those things goes away or falls apart, this whole thing could fall apart, and I can't keep doing it. So please, if you're watching my videos on YouTube, you're not watching the live streams, please leave your ad blockers off, and please, you know, just continue to watch. I can't really ask for much else, all right? I know that you guys are being very patient. The fact that I changed my video style the past couple of months, the fact that the videos are shorter now, I get it. I know that it's a change and there's a transition. I know some people are having a hard time getting used to it. You know, it's working out, though, as long as, that's what I mean. If we can see what happens these next couple of weeks, maybe we'll be good to go, and I don't ever have to mention this shit ever again. But let's see, okay? Now, the other half of what I'm talking about here. Misinformation, gossip, and how people get so caught up in it and they believe it, and just because I don't immediately come out and give you information about something doesn't mean that what other people are saying is true. In particular, this week, there was tons of misinformation, speculation, and just outright lies that I was partnered with certain networks and that I was going to do this and that this network was a scam and that this had happened and that had happened. And in reality, none of it happened. Ladies and gentlemen, DSPGaming and KOgaming are not partnered with any MCN. All the information that you've been told by other people is all bullshit. But so many people bought into it. I just couldn't believe that people coming into the stream chat, regulars. Wow, did you hear that Phil's this and this? I'm like, what? No, I have not said any of this. The bottom line is, if I want to share information with you, I will. If I can share information with you, I will. But if I'm in the midst of contract negotiations and stuff with companies, I'm not going to tell everyone that, because that's private issue. That's private matters that should not be made public, okay? So that's why this week I couldn't tell you what was going on behind the scenes until it was all kind of decided by the end of the week. And now it finally is, and now I can come out and tell you. But you got to be patient and stop buying into the tremendous amount of bullshit and just misinformation and lies that people will spread for drama purposes so they get attention. In particular, there was this podcast that happened this week that literally they had guests on that had nothing to fucking do with anything. It was all bullshit and fluff. It was completely wrong. And people say, oh, but Phil, didn't you know that Social Blade has all this information? Social Blade is always wrong. I've said this like a million times. Social Blade is almost always wrong. Social Blade still says that DSP Gaming is partnered with Curse. I haven't been partnered with Curse for a week now. So how are you going to tell me Social Blade is correct? It's bullshit. It's all wrong. It always is wrong. So people getting all, oh, I got the inside scoop on Phil. We're going to get all the complete nonsense. And I would ask, please, if you want to know what's really going on, ask me directly. I will tell you, or if I can't, I'll tell you. I can't tell you, but I'll let you know when. Anything else you hear is bullshit. And people all the time buy into this because it's like the TMZ of the internet. We need the drama. We need to get caught up in all this. Because Phil's usually honest, and he wasn't telling us 100% of the information this week. Now let's speculate and fabricate and blah, 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 blah. It's stupid. It's a waste of your time. And really, anyone who did get caught up in all the bullshit this week, you literally wasted all of that time and got all worked up about nothing. People getting all worked up in a tizzy, and I got people tweeting me nasty shit and insults. Oh, you did this, you did that. And it's all false. It's all bullshit. I'm like, what a bunch of dumb fucks. Like, how can you be so gullible that you get this group of people continuously lie and fabricate and get half information or misinformation, and you still believe it? It just blows my mind that these people are just, they will believe anything to get a rise or to get a laugh or to spread drama. If you don't hear it from me, it ain't fucking true. That's the bottom line, all right? So the truth of the matter is, let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks. If I decide, you know, well, look at this, it looks like it's worse or better or whatever, then I'll make my decision on what I'm going to do for the future. But right now, everything is back to normal on YouTube. The uploads are back to normal on YouTube. Everything's back to normal, and that's all you need to know. If you're a viewer of my videos and my content and my gameplay and my reviews, all you need to know about is Phil uploading and what is he uploading. You don't need to know about who I'm partnered with or when I'm partnered with or any of that shit. The only reason you even knew about it this past week is because I couldn't upload for 4 days because I couldn't put ads on my videos, right? So don't get caught up in that shit. That is a trap. That is a little kitty, immature, teenage drama, gossipy trap of like I said, the TMZ of the internet, and I don't deal with that shit. I tell you the facts how it is when they're available. So that's why you didn't hear anything this week until the facts were available. So I'm now laying it down. Here's the facts, okay? All right, everyone. That is it for the weekend preview, okay? I hope you enjoyed it. You found it informative. I hope to see you for all the new gameplay this week. Oh, the one thing I did leave out, by the way. Ride to Hell Retribution, which I do want to upload. I think I'm going to upload that whatever night I work on the Prey review. Whatever night I'm reviewing Prey, since I won't be doing more gameplay, I'll probably take that opportunity to upload the Ride to Hell Retribution gameplay. And I think you're going to love it, and it was to the point where people liked that so much. People were asking me, could I do that as a full playthrough at some point? It's a possibility. Hey, we got Patron's Choice, right? Patrons could pick that and say, please do a full playthrough of the game, and then I'll do it. So we'll see. All right? Okay, folks, that is it for the weekend preview. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of stuff to cover, but hopefully you found it informative. Without further ado, thank you to the following patrons from April who are going to make this upcoming Patron's Choice playthrough possible. Peace out, everyone. See you later. I'll be off tomorrow, but I'll see you all Tuesday for the live streaming, and hopefully you'll check out all the new videos on YouTube as well. Peace out. Have a good one.